have spent the last 10 years playing, learning and teaching chess both on chess.com and Lichess, so I know exactly what each platform has to offer. In this video, I'm gonna help you decide which platform is the best for playing and improving your chess in 2025. Whether you want to get better, use the best training tools or just have a great experience, this guide will give you everything you need to pick the right platform. Let's get started and find out which one is really the best. What's up, chess player, and welcome to the Journey to Grandmaster, the place where you can improve every single aspect of your chess game. They guarantee you're gonna discover so much new stuff you had no idea before about both of the platforms. We have 5 categories here that we are gonna use to rank both websites. We have gameplay, learning tools, puzzles, community, value for price, and the final score. I have played thousands of games on both of the platforms over the years, and to be honest, I regret like half of it, because we all know the situation when you are ready to start your working day and then you want just to play a few casual games on chess.com, 3 minutes, normal blitz, and then 5 hours and 200 lost elo points later, you realize, oh my god, I have just destroyed my day here. Anyway, I guess it's just a part of the life of a chess player. And overall, I can say I have enjoyed the gameplay on both of the platforms. It's really cool to play chess these days, because like 10 years ago, we had to play on websites like Chess24 with this ugly little board, very weird interface. It was really complicated for me and I didn't enjoy it at all. Nowadays, it's really much better. Chess.com, you have a big, nice board in the middle of the screen. It's really nice to play. You have the clock situation on both of the sides. The one thing I don't really like is like, why on earth those squares have to be green? It's so frustrating. It's just never green in real life. I understand that it's a color of the brand, but still, it looks so weird. The good thing is, of course, you can always change it in a few clicks. I have here, for example, the nice wooden board that I always use for my games and analysis. I enjoy it a lot. But still, I assume a lot of people use that ugly green board. Let me know in the comments if you like it, because for me, it's just crazy. On Lichess, you have a nice, simple, minimalistic design that I really like. I mean, the pieces are looking normally, the board looks normal, and you have big clocks here on the side, so you can clearly see the time situation. What is special about Lichess is that you have additional customization here, like this Zen mode, where you don't really see who you're playing against, which is cool, because then you remove this psychological barrier. You don't know whether you're playing against a very strong opponent or maybe a weak one. You're just trying to make your best to play a cool game of chess, and to so many players it would be very, very helpful. You do have a focus mode on chess.com, but you still see the players here and you might be frustrated. Oh my god, I play against Hikaru. How don't I blunder a piece in one move here? I have heard that there are some common extensions that you can use to achieve the similar effect on chess.com, but you don't have it by default. Once you have finished the game on both of the platforms, you have the opportunity to analyze. And by the way, that's the best thing you can do for your chess improvement. If you don't analyze your games, you are just repeating the same mistakes over and over again. On chess.com, you just click this button, Game Review, and you get the evaluation of how you played, the number of brilliant moves, great moves, and mistakes that you have made throughout the game, the overall accuracy that you have done here. By the way, don't worry too much about the accuracy, because it's so dependent on who you are playing against. If you are playing against a 1000 elo rated player, it's easy to get even 99% of accuracy, because your opponent just makes very bad moves. But if you are playing against a super grandmaster, then it's much difficult to achieve even 80% of accuracy, because they constantly put pressure on you, creating those threats, and it's tough to handle it. Here you see all of the statistics, the game rating, which is also kind of biased towards the rating that you have, because you can play the same game, but from a different account with a different rating, and then you're gonna get a different result there. So I also wouldn't put too much of a focus there. What is nice is that you can start the game review, and then you can see all of the mistakes that you are making. For example, here I made this move g6 against Hikaru Nakamura, and that was great because that move, according to chess.com, provided me with this escape square for my king. It's never going to replace a real coach for you because the coach can really go underline your reasoning and explain you why and how you should think to be able to find those great moves and why you have made those mistakes, how to think to avoid such mistakes in the next game. But if you don't have an opportunity to analyze the game with a coach, then such a thing can be the next best available option for you. The biggest problem with this feature, as well as with so many other really useful features on chess.com, you don't get it for free. You have to get a premium account to get unlimited access to such features. Otherwise, you get one game review for free. But to be honest, even if you're gonna play one rapid game and then thoroughly review it afterwards, analyze, try to understand your mistakes, it's going to be so beneficial for your chess. Every game you play that you don't analyze afterwards is a spoiled opportunity to improve your chess. You have the opportunity to analyze your games on Lichess as well, but it's a little bit more tricky. First of all, once you have played your game, you need to press this Analyze Board button. Then you need to go a little bit down, click on Computer Analysis and request a computer analysis. Then you have to wait a little bit. And you get this nice graph which shows the evaluation jumping back and forth. You see where the middle game starts. And then the nice feature, you also get the accuracy here, the number of mistakes and blunders. We had all of that on chess.com. Here, of course, you get all of that for free. But the nice unique feature that chess.com doesn't have, you can click on Learn from your mistakes here, and then you're gonna need to find the best move that you haven't found in the game. And the best case scenario, you don't look at the computer evaluation before, so you don't know the right answer, and then you're just trying to guess it. So in this game, for example, my opponent played knight to e4, and I have to figure out the best response. In the game, I played rook to d8, which wasn't the best one. You can do better, it says. So I need to figure out the move. Maybe it's knight takes e4. Yes, it's a good move. And then, yeah, of course, you don't get any explanation. That's the problem. But I would argue you need a real coach for that. Artificial intelligence is not that advanced to really explain you why, for example, this move is so much better than rook to d8 one. But if you turn on the engine, you of course can try to get the answer yourself. And I truly recommend you do it, because if you spend your time, if you focus your brain on finding those moves, understanding the underlying reasons, you definitely can do it by yourself. For example, here after bishop takes e4, you can see the first line is knight to e3, which is creating a fork, and your opponent has to take it. And then you have a nice opportunity here to jump with the queen, double attack the bishop and the pawn. This bishop is also coming. That is devastating. That is why it was better than playing rook to d8. But this Learn from your mistakes feature is great. You should do it after every game you play, and then you're not going to repeat the same mistakes in your very next game and improve your chess so fast. In chess.com, you have a nice feature to play against famous chess bots. You can play against Magnus, you can play against Capablanca, and you can even play against the one and only Levi Rosman. Obviously, it's not groundbreaking for your chess improvement, but it's still nice to have such an opportunity. On Lichess, you do also have bots. You don't have so many famous bots, so you don't have this illusion of playing against Michael Tal, but you do have the stockfish of different levels you can play here against. And the last levels are really incredibly strong, and everyone can get something for their level to train a little bit, because you don't need to reveal your openings as well. That's a very cool feature, more for professional chess players. You do also have some more bots on Lichess. You can get it through community and then online bots. And you see here a huge list of community bots, Lichess bots, and then you can just play against those. But of course, it's not that famous, and I don't think you're gonna use it that often. Not all chess bots on chess.com are available for free, and you definitely need to take that into account. And another problem, I would say the biggest with those bots, they are hugely overrated, and that might be very confusing for the chess players. Why on earth am I beating a 2000 ELO rated bot on chess.com, but I'm still stuck at 1200 rated on the same chess.com? I mean, why can't you just adjust those numbers and make it realistic so people can really play and understand their level? It's a mystery for me. On chess.com, you have so many different chess variants of the game. That is so weird. I don't even want to know what the dark chess means. I mean, this is absolutely incredible. And you can even invent your own games. Like imagine any rules you might think of, you can do it on chess.com and play your game. You do have some options on Lichess, but it's not that huge. For example, you don't have the Backhouse, which is probably the funniest chess game that has ever been created, but you do have chess 9060 on both of the platforms, which is basically the only thing that really matters if we are talking about something serious. Who knows, maybe Magnus Carlsen will make us all playing chess 9060 in just a couple of years. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. You're gonna love it! I have made a free 30-day training plan so you can finally fulfill your chess potential. Every day you're gonna get an educational video to improve your chess and put your knowledge into practice. I'm so excited to have you in our community where you have an opportunity to get your game to be fully analyzed by me completely for free. Make sure to secure your free spot before it's too late. The link is in the description. Back to serious chess, we have tournaments on both of the platforms that you can participate in. The only tournament on chess.com I have taken part is Title Tuesday, but it's such an amazing opportunity. I can just sitting at home completely for free, play against the best players in the entire chess world. This way I have played against Hikaru, Ali Reza, I even beat world's number 13, Linier Dominguez. It was an incredible experience. If 30 years ago you would tell an average player like me that it's going to be possible, he would think you're absolutely crazy. And I'm so grateful that I have such an opportunity every single week to participate in Title Tuesday. I understand that of course not everyone has a title, but you still have a lot of opportunities to take part in the tournaments and improve your chess level. I would say that chess.com specializes more on the Swiss tournaments like we are used to in the real life, and Lichess has those arena tournaments they really like, where you don't need to wait everybody to finish their round. That makes the tournament more dynamic. You have nice features like taking a Berserk, which is decreasing your time in half, but you get additional points if you win the game, so it makes it really entertaining. Lichess has this additional feature of simultaneous exhibitions where you have an opportunity to play against really strong players like Grandmasters. I am doing it as well for my subscribers sometimes, and that's just a nice feature that I don't think exists on chess.com. Finally, let's address the elephant in the room and talk about cheaters. I hope we can all agree that you get a much higher chance to play against a cheater on chess.com. I'm not sure what's the reason for that, whether cheaters just love chess.com much more or Lichess has a better cheater detection, but that was always the case throughout the last 10 years for me. Personally though, I don't mind that much playing against a cheater because I just get an opportunity to play against a very strong opponent and learn a lesson out of it. I can't really lose anything. In the end of the day, it's on them, not on me. It's time to give points. I'm gonna give a solid 9 out of 10 to both of the platforms because over the many years of playing, I don't have any big complaints to both of them, except for those horrible one-move blunders. But that's on me. The next point is learning tools. I have to say that I'm absolutely amazed of the job both websites have done to help especially the beginners to make their first steps in chess. If I have had all of those tools when I was a kid just starting playing chess, I think I would have progressed so much faster. On chess.com you can click on Learn, then you're gonna see the lesson library, and here you can choose whatever you want to go for: openings, strategy, tactics, and games. And what I was especially amazed about, it's such a huge opportunity to learn from the best of the best here. For example, you can learn calculation from one of the best coaches in the entire chess history, Mark Dvoretsky. You can learn to think like the next world chess champion Pragnanantha. And you can even learn how to play the Stonewall from the one and only Magnus Carlsen. But what was a really big surprise for me personally is that you can access all of those courses absolutely for free. Yes, there is one little problem. You cannot access all of them at the same time. You have one lesson per week, but it's quite huge. Like if you choose one, you have here a lot of videos and you can just divide it into your week, every day doing something useful, watching educational video. And it's not only the videos, you also get the puzzles to solve there. And I always advise you solve the puzzles first so you can try yourself, and then you're gonna watch the video and see the explanation. This way you're gonna take maximum out of all of the lessons. But still, if you take just one lesson per week, which is basically a collection of different small lessons, then you can do it completely for free on chess.com, learning from the best players and coaches in the entire chess history. You have an opportunity to sort all of the courses or lessons according to your level. For example, choose the ones for the beginners, then choose specifically the endgames, and go on and study the pawn endgames, which is, of course, a very, very important topic that everyone should learn. Even though not everything is for free and unlimited, I'm still amazed what chess.com has to offer if you want to improve your chess on your own. On Lichess, the first thing I want to point out is the chess basics. It's so cool if a kid or anyone just starts playing chess and you can easily understand how the pieces work. It's such an incredible job they have done, and it's also very interactive, so you really enjoy doing that, understanding how all of that works. Then once you have understood the basics, you have here the practice, and in the practice you can train different patterns. For example, checkmate patterns. You see here so many different variations, and you need to learn all of that, to practice until it automatically is there in your mind so you can use it in your own chess games. I mean, this is another absolutely incredible tool that I wish I had when I was just starting out. So many players ask me how to improve their visualization. Well, on Lichess you have this coordinates thing, and you can just start training here, and you need to choose the squares there as fast as possible in just 30 seconds. And it's really great first step to learn those squares so you have it absolutely in your mind and improve your visualization skill. Unfortunately, Lichess doesn't have their own library of the videos they have made for you, but they did sort out so many useful videos. All of them are coming from YouTube, completely free, and you can sort it or choose a specific topic you are interested in, for example, middle games. I can say that it feels a little bit outdated, but if you want to improve your chess completely for free and you are interested in a certain topic, then you can just choose it here and go on without any usual YouTube distractions you have on the platform itself. If you don't want to study chess on your own and you want to hire a coach, both platforms can help you with that. You have here the coaches option both on Lichess and chess.com, where you can find the coach that you really like based on your preferences, language, and the price, of course. I do like the Lichess version more because on Lichess you have those coaching profiles where every coach can specify what they're best at, what their achievements are, and what is their teaching methodology. On chess.com you cannot really filter the coaches that much, and also just have this list. You can click on someone, and if you're lucky it has some information about himself on the profile itself, but you don't have this dedicated coaching profiles where you can learn this all useful information for you to help you decide which coach is the best for you. The next feature is so different for both of the websites. I'm not sure what's the reason for it. Study board on Lichess is so useful thing. First, you have here the public studies, which are basically the courses, free courses that you can use. You have here the explanations, you have here the tasks that you need to solve, finding the best move, and then you have again the explanation why it's the best move. So it's so incredible. You have unlimited opportunity to learn, to train, to improve your chess, and it's always there for you. You can also commentate, talk about it with all of the people out there. Very, very nice feature. But if you want to train on your own or with your coach, you also can create a study board over here, and then all of your analysis is always saved there nicely in the respective chess study and then in the respective chapter. And you can upload, for example, you have a bunch of tournament games that you have played, 10 games, you have just uploaded all at once, you have it on Lichess, and it's going to be there forever. I still have the study board that I've created like 10 years ago. Chess.com does have a classroom that you can create and use it for your studies, or if you are having a training with the coach, you can use it as well. But it's so less convenient to you. It's just absolutely horrible. First of all, you have a lot of problems with synchronization. Like, I'm making my move on the board and I hope my student sees it as well, but he doesn't. And it's a huge problem because I cannot really explain the stuff. It's horrible. And then once we have finished our training on Lichess, like I said, you have here everything, both of you have access to it. So for example, you give a homework, the student can get there and solve the homework, and then you see it next time, you can correct it. But on chess.com, once you're finishing your training, the board just disappears. You can't find it on chess.com. You have no way to do it. The only way to still get access to it is just to copy your respective link to the study board. It's every time completely different, and then save it to your notes or somewhere, and then pick it up every time from there. But it's so inconvenient. On Lichess, it all happens automatically, and that's the best feature that you can possibly have for all of your chess lessons, trainings, courses, whatever you might imagine. My conclusion here is that both platforms have their advantages. If you are a complete beginner, Lichess is amazing, has so really nice features, so that you can learn all of the basic checkmates, how pieces move, the coordinates, to visualize the board in your mind. It's all absolutely perfect. Once you understand the basics, you can go to chess.com and use their free library, learning from the best coaches in the world to improve your level even further. So of course, you don't really need to choose here. You can learn the free stuff, the best stuff from both of the platforms, and enjoy. But I'm gonna give a 6 out of 10 for chess.com, 6 for this amazing video library, but not more because of this horrible classroom, which is basically the main learning tool that you have on the website if you want to have some trainings with your coach or on your own. It's just so bad on chess.com. Please do something about that. Lichess gets a solid 9 from me because everything they have on the website is nearly perfect. But they don't have their own video library that I hope is going to be there one day. The next category is puzzles, which is also a learning tool, but it's so huge, it's so important for your chess growth that I have made a special category for it. Chess.com has this absolutely amazing thing called Puzzle Rush. I do it myself as often as I can. I recommend it to everyone I meet because it's a beautiful training that you can integrate into your daily routine so that you improve your tactics ability. It determines like 99% of your chess games if you are below 2000 ELO, and frankly, even above, it plays the huge, crucial, major role. And Puzzle Rush is a nice thing to train it because it has this entertaining mode, so you feel like a game, you always want to get a better score, and the puzzles are also growing in terms of difficulty. So you have the most basic ones and you can do it very fast, but then you get difficult ones that really challenge your mind, so it's really great. As always, the biggest problem is you only get one Puzzle Rush per day for free, and to get unlimited access you need to upgrade at least to a gold account. Of course, you have normal puzzles as well that improve together with your level. The better you solve it, the more complicated the puzzle gets. And here again, the problem is they're so overrated. Like, I have here 3500 rated puzzle rating, which is, it has nothing to do with my real ELO rating. I just don't understand. Is it so difficult to make those numbers realistic? I mean, it's just numbers you see on the screen. It shouldn't be that difficult, right? Anyway, you get nice puzzles you can work on, but again, you have only 3, if I'm not mistaken, in the free account, and to get unlimited access, you have to upgrade. As for the customization of the puzzles, you don't get that much on chess.com. You have here different categories, and you can adjust the rating of the puzzle that you want to solve. That seems to be nice. You have many topics here that you can choose from, but once you compare it with Lichess, you're going to be totally shocked. But first of all, you can immediately choose here whether you want your puzzles to be rated or not. Maybe you don't want to spoil your rating, but still want it to be useful, so it takes into account your rating. You're gonna get puzzles according to your level, but they're just not going to be rated. Then a very nice feature here that chess.com doesn't have, you can choose here the difficulty level with just one button. For example, I truly recommend you try easier -300, because those would be the positions that is simple, but very, very important for you to train so you automatically or close to automatically see it in your own games, saving you a lot of time and those painful blunders that normally costs you the game. I have made an entire video of how you can use puzzles in the most effective way to improve your calculation skills at overall chess level. I definitely recommend you take a look at that one right after this video. If you think that's everything Lichess has to offer, you have to wait. I am just starting here. They have puzzle dashboard where you can see your performance, your strengths and weaknesses. It's so powerful. You can see I'm doing so great here in terms of forks, but I'm miserable in the defensive moves. And that makes sense in my games as well. I see that when I need to defend, I have to find those difficult resources. It's really so much more difficult. And of course, you can use it afterwards to solve specifically the puzzles on this topic. How you do that? You go to improvement areas. I like how they call it strengths and not weaknesses, but improvement areas. And then you are choosing a topic that is difficult for you, like a defensive move is for me. I can replay here the puzzles that I have solved earlier on, or I can just go all in into the defensive mode and try to solve as many puzzles I can. And I have an opportunity to do that because all of that is completely for free. Then I can choose the puzzles by openings. And here I can immediately see the openings that I played the most, and I can train myself specifically in those openings, like a certain types of middle game positions that you get in the opening you play, you can train it on Lichess. For example, if you watch this channel often, you know that I love the Philidor defense for black, and so I can just choose even a color here because I'm playing it with the black pieces, and I can try to solve the puzzles that arise from this specific opening. Finally, the most amazing feature I have found on Lichess for the puzzles. It's called From My Games. You can see here that Lichess has constructed puzzles from the games I have played on the platform so that I can correct my mistakes. I can play better than I did in my games, and so it understands where I have made my mistakes, where it was crucial for the destiny of the game, and I have an opportunity to improve that skill. That is so amazing. It's personalized specifically for you and the mistakes you are making in your games. You can think about it, you can solve those puzzles, and that would increase the chances so much that next time you're not going to repeat the same mistakes. Lichess does have their own version of Puzzle Rush. It's called Puzzle Storm, but to be honest, I don't like it that much. You have 3 minutes here, and you have also an entertaining mode that you get additional time when you solve a certain number of puzzles correctly. But overall, like the quality of it and how it feels to solve it, I like the Puzzle Rush on chess.com more. But here, of course, you have unlimited access. It's all free. A nice entertaining feature is Puzzle Racer, where you can join a public race and together with a lot of different people, you can have a race, wants to do it here, and decide who is the best one in solving puzzles. It's always great. And chess.com alternative is called Puzzle Battle, where you can play against a certain specific player. Well, the drawback of that is that if that player is not that strong, then it's not going to be that interesting. On Lichess, you can play against many people simultaneously. It's time to rate the platforms. I guess we can all agree that Lichess just destroys chess.com in terms of puzzles and gets a solid 10 out of 10 for it. Amazing, amazing customization. Chess.com, on the other hand, only gets 6 points from me because, well, you can't really solve more than a few puzzles per day for free, and you don't have nearly such a level of customization. And the next category in our comparison is the communities. I have to admit that both websites have done a terrific job here. I have been reading a lot of articles on both sides. They are doing an amazing job. Chess.com has this feature called News, and here you can learn so much about what's happening right now in the chess world, or if you're more interested about chess improvements, they of course have articles about that. On Lichess there is a similar thing called Blog. You can find it in the community tab, and then once again you can find out what happened recently in the chess world, what kind of tournaments, with all of the commentary, and of course you can take a look at the games and discuss it with other people on the platform. So that is really nice that you don't feel alone in the chess world. You also have clubs on chess.com and teams on Lichess. The purpose of that feature is to connect people from the similar interests, for example, the colleges here on chess.com, where they can discuss their challenges, ask their questions, maybe even have their tournaments together, announcements, and so on. Very, very useful if you have a specific type of a problem. On Lichess, everybody can create their own team to connect a lot of people. For example, I have here join the Grandmaster group where we can communicate. I can create a tournament inside of the team, message all of the members to invite to the tournament. It's very convenient to use. You have a forum on both of the websites where you can ask your questions, share your games to get some feedback. So absolutely no questions about that. Good job from both of the websites. Thanks to that, both platforms are getting good grades from me, 9 out of 10 for chess.com and 10 out of 10 for Lichess, just because I really like the Teams feature on Lichess much more. It's so convenient to connect people around your community, create tournaments, message everybody. Really, really nice. Now we have the value category. Here we need to take a look at the pricing of both websites, what you pay and what you get. Chess.com has 3 different types of premium account. Here you have Gold, Platinum and Diamond. Basically, Gold is more or less enough to get unlimited puzzles. You can see it here that all plans include the unlimited endgames, daily puzzle explanations, video library, very important. You remember so many incredible courses from the best coaches in the world. You already get all of that in the Gold account for $8.50 per month if you pay monthly, and for $5 a month if you pay yearly. So I would say it's a very fair price. If you really use those features, you're gonna get a lot out of it. Now, if you do want to get the game review, the coach, and the insights features, then you need to pay more for Platinum and Diamond versions, respectively, $12 a month if you pay yearly for the biggest, most expensive account on chess.com, the Diamond one. The only thing we haven't mentioned here is this insights that you can only get in the Diamond account. If you're curious what that means, let me show it to you. In the insights on chess.com, you can get all sorts of interesting information about yourself. What is the percentage of the games you won versus lost? Apparently, I was so active in 2016 on chess.com. What is the accuracy you get in different games there? What is how you win the games, whether you give a checkmate or it's because of timeout. And it's not like you can get really a lot for your true chess development, chess education here. It's just a nice to have feature that gives you some interesting statistics if you are into that. For example, I have made 326 brilliant moves on chess.com and almost 7,000 blunders. I don't know how I'm gonna sleep with that information today. So it's just a number of interesting statistics, but in my opinion, you certainly don't need to pay extra 8 or 10 additional dollars per month or whatever that is for this feature. In my opinion, if you're gonna buy a premium account on chess.com and you're really gonna use the features that are presented there for you, it's gonna give you a good value for the price. So I'm gonna give it 8 out of 10. For Lichess, though, I hope you're gonna agree with me. I have nothing to criticize here. You have an amazing value and you get all of that absolutely for free because Lichess is an open source website and they promise that they're gonna be for free for everyone forever. So that gets 10 out of 10. Of course, if you want to say thank you to Lichess, you can always donate something to support the platform. And this video is an opportunity for me to say my thank you because I have enjoyed playing and using it for my training and teaching purposes around so many years now. Okay, let's get our final score here. Chess.com gets 38 points out of 50 possible, whereas Lichess has 48. That is a clear winner. Frankly, it was to expect it because Lichess is amazing, it's completely free, and it has so many things that you can use both to play and to learn and even to teach chess. I'm really curious to know your opinion. Which platform do you enjoy more? Do you use more? And whether you agree with my points here, because of course it's just my opinion. Yours can be completely different and that's fine by me. If you want to massively improve your chess completely for free in the next 30 days, in this video I have prepared for you a full detailed training plan that is gonna bring your chess to a completely new level.